SCP-096 is to be contained in...
Oh shit! What do you want from me? What do you want?
Just when I thought I was done, they pulled me right back in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to 4+, your favorite madhouse, starring your favorite host, Mr. Minus, or rather, Santa Minus, as this video is uploading on Christmas Eve. So long as the YouTube overlords are content with our blood sacrifice, that is. At the time of recording, it's night 4 of Hanukkah, so why not make up for lost progress and bring you 4 videos? Today, as you may have guessed by the title, we are going over videos covering the SCP Foundation. If you're unfamiliar, SCP stands for Secure, Contain, and Protect. In short, they're kind of like the control agency from, well, Control, if you've played that. And if that still isn't familiar, basically these guys are an agency that takes on wild-ass entities. Be it aliens, the paranormal, both, neither, and everything in between. These guys handle it. The SCP stuff is practically its own genre, and is quite a unique one at that. Mainly because there really isn't any ownership of the license. It's basically one giant community project, as anyone can make a SCP of their own on this website. Even you can. Yes, that's right, you the viewer. Or at least as far as I'm aware how it works. I don't know, I haven't made one. Probably because the world isn't ready for what my mind can conjure.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Well, we've been able to find a handful that'll hopefully satisfy, but there is plenty of SCP content out there, so if you guys want more, just let us know in the comments. But enough gap. It's time to secure our seatbelts, contain our emotions, and protect our pants from piss. This is SCP Analog Horror. But before we begin, please be sure to like and subscribe. Additionally, please be sure to check out the description for 4Player, our gaming channel.
I hear footsteps. Okay.
You'll also find our Instagram, Letterboxd, and community Discord, where we can see your suggestions and just have a good time. Alright, now we can go. SCP-096. Our video begins with red text explaining this video contains shocking material such as cannibalism and screaming, so please don't eat a steak while watching this. We are met with our SCP logo before seeing photos of myself in the morning. We are told this is SCP-096, Shocker, otherwise known as Shy Guy. No, not that one. The video is to help us learn how to prevent accidents with this one, cause I mean, look at this guy. We are told he is to be put in a 5x5x5 meter steel cube. The cube is to be inspected weekly for any degradation, unless you will face the consequences. His cell is also not supposed to have any cameras or optics at all. All pictures and recordings of him are also to be destroyed immediately. Looks like someone didn't follow the rules. We see some pictures of him as we are told anyone in possession of him or not authorized to view him will be terminated. The video repeats itself a bunch as we see a picture of a dude on a mountain.
You will be terminated. Terminated.
Eventually, we see footage on November 11th, 2006. The video glitches a bit and we see a man laying on a bed on April 28th, 1983, or so I think that's what the date is. There's a crying that can be heard as the dude stands up. The cries get louder before our sleeper is gone. We can hear more screams with something moving around in the corner, the bed moves, and the video ends. The video is short but is an interesting watch. It's formatted as a PSA and gives a good rundown on the SCP. The footage near the end was also quite unnerving as the sounds and imagery of the creature in the corner made for a spooky visual. As for its accuracy to the SCP, it seems to be mostly correct with one small caveat. It is correct that the SCP-096 or Shy Guy will indeed attack anyone who views his face. According to the SCP Wiki, even viewing him digitally will trigger him to go into a frenzy and try to kill whoever saw him. This leaves no trace of them behind, so it's very possible he just outright eats them. As a result though, I wonder why they would even bother showing his face in the video. This is supposed to be a PSA, wouldn't this just cause mass hysteria if this was shown to a massive audience like the ones that work at the SCP Foundation? The only way I can maybe see this not being an issue is that supposedly Shy Guy won't attack if it's artwork of him that you view, and some of this imagery was indeed artwork. The static might also imply that perhaps what I was wondering did indeed just happen, and that the video is glitching, showing the SCP attacking someone who was unfortunate to see him. Regardless, it's a good start to this. Shy Guy is one of the more popular SCPs and a favorite of mine, mostly because I relate to his phobia. Trust me, the mirror and I are bitter rivals. SCP-682. SCP-682 opens up with a warning. Our video is top secret and cannot be viewed by anyone below a level 5 security. Shit. I think this channel is only level 4. Nah, whatever, sue me. We hear a tape being inserted as we see a few security guys. They approach a room with 2 office workers and casually gun them down. I'm not shocked, this happens every Friday at 4+. The security dudes get on the computer, probably to play some Ark Raiders, before we cut to some animal creature hanging out in a pool. He's being watched from above as they ask how he's doing. His response? Well, he seems jolly. 682 then threatens to fuck them once he gets out, please use protection, and begins growling. We cut to a door opening showing more security, but immediately the lights go out. We hear gunfire from the outside before the security guys got a hostage. One of them pulls a lever, and it looks like 682 is about to do some fucking like he promised. Oh dear. We got another short video, but it still seemed interesting. If you're unfamiliar, 682 is among the most terrifying SCPs out there. That's mostly due to the fact he's entirely indestructible, and seems to have a temper as shown by the video. Despite this, he has shown to be extremely intelligent, and also has the ability to grow as he consumes metal. He is usually kept in a tub of acid, which he's constantly regenerating from. He can even continue to operate after sustaining critical damage. In short, this dude is bad news. He's angry, indestructible, and he's a reptile capable of mass destruction. The 3D animation was a good change of pace, though I will say I was a little confused about what was going on. Who the security people were remained unclear, as was why they were attacking what seemed to be SCP workers. Additionally, why did they let this thing go? Were they just ignorant and had no idea this thing could possibly destroy the world? Or were these guys just out of their damn minds?
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
I think our answers can be found if we simply take a look at the channel, 05 officially. The channel seems to have an entire series of SCP content. We won't go over all of them, but there is one in particular I want to take a look at, and that is SCP-173. Our video opens with the same warning as before and proceeds to follow body camera footage. They approach what they call cell 3-11 and open it up. They tell the prisoner to step outside the cell. He refuses, so they draw their guns, to which he cooperates. Love the enthusiasm. They make their way down the hall and reminisce about getting pizza at the cafeteria before they're told today they're serving tuna casserole instead. Our main man seems to have some opinions.
The casserole, on the other hand, is a disgusting abomination, and it should be locked up in here with the rest of these freaks.
Our viewpoint is now above the prisoners as they enter the chamber of Subject 173, but one doesn't cooperate. A swift gun raise changes that, and the door closes. The lights suddenly flicker as the intercom operator claims the door can't close. The prisoner walks out with 173 looking right at him before he teleports around the room, killing our cameraman. We see the SCP leaves as a mystery person grabs the camera and gun before the lights flicker and the room shakes. Our new guy looks around as a scream can be heard in the distance. SCP-173 is probably one of the most well-known SCPs out there. Potentially the most known, as I remember he was the first one I was exposed to. The SCP is to be contained in a locked container with at least 3 people watching him if the door is ever opened. If he is being watched, they must notify each other when they are about to blink. This is because 173 is basically a weeping angel from Doctor Who. He will only move when line of sight is broken. He is said to be extremely hostile, as the main method of attack is to snap the target's neck or strangle them. It's also noted in his cell that they find a mix of blood and shit, and I mean actual shit, on the floor. But they're not sure where this comes from. The other thing that some viewers may recognize is the setup of this video, as it comes directly from the start of a video game known as SCP Containment Breach. If you've been on YouTube for a while, you'd remember a lot of Let's Plays regarding this game. In it, the player takes control of a prisoner in the situation we saw in the video before there's a containment breach. Players will then encounter tons of SCPs like the previously covered 096. Others we haven't covered, like SCP-049 / the Plague Doctor, make an appearance, and some sillier ones like SCP-420J, aka the best shit in the world, also make an appearance. It's basically weed. Anyways, yeah, I remember a lot of gameplay of this game as a teenager, and if I remember correctly, it's still quite beloved by the fanbase. Perhaps a 4-player video is due. SCP-513. The actual title of this video is Psychosis, which starts out with a disclaimer for loud noises, flashing lights, blood, disturbing imagery, and suicide. All pretty normal activity on this channel. We get our new SCP intro before we are given our identification screening. We are to do so by maintaining eye contact with our left eye, and failure to do so will result in dizziness, nausea, and hallucinations. So does this mean Nick Fury can't access this file? Anyways, our tape officially begins with some text. It explains this footage was found in a cottage in Michigan. Hell yeah, folks, go blue. Oh wait, it's the Upper Peninsula. Shit. Anyways, the person who took the footage was a young white dude named Franklin Bailey, who apparently used a metal detector often. This is how he came into contact with the SCP on October 17th, 1991 at 9:32 p.m. We see footage of Franklin walking about, the beep of his detector going off every so often. Eventually, Franklin comes across, drumroll please, a nail. So he continues his hunt for ancient treasure, has another bust, and eventually comes across the best prescription for a fever.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
He rings it a bit, claiming it sounds awful, before feeling unnerved at how quiet it is. His light eventually flickers on and off, pretty spooky. Franklin decides it's time to call it a night, as the text explains he's basically fucked. He suffers from insomnia, which is the first sign of SCP-513. It's now past 11 p.m. and this dude says he needs a water or a coffee. I'd say relatable, but he's a youper, so yeah. Anyways, he hears a sound and yells out to whoever is out there. He then goes to his phone, trying to get some help, but no one is on the line. Eventually, he hears a knock on the door. Wait a second. Flickering lights, no one is on the phone, and a knock at the door. Oh my god! It's the sash ringing, the crash dinging, pinging, the nash blinging, the
hash slinging slasher!
Anyways, Franklin calms himself down and claims it's just sleep deprivation. It's now 1 a.m. and my dude is crying in bed. Relatable. He begs to be left alone as the door knocks again. Franklin cries some more as the door opens and oh my god, it's Freddy Fazbear. Whispers can be heard as he screams for him to leave him alone. Mr. Krabs, I wanna go to bed! The lights flicker as he approaches before he vanishes. Franklin cries and now it's 2:30 a.m. Bro grabs his pistol and starts patrolling the house. He finds the Enderman in his house and he threatens to pop a cap in his ass before the light goes out. He yells at him before...
What do you want from me? What do you want?
Franklin is now cornered in his room with the gun raised. The whispers continue as he turns the gun to himself and... Well, it looks like he didn't fear the Reaper. After that, we are told around 6 a.m. authorities arrive. Franklin was dead via suicide, as is common with SCP-513, which is now contained. So if you're wondering what the SCP was, it was the cowbell. SCP-513 is said to be held in strict containment. Its bell is taped tightly with the item submerged in gelatin and monitored closely for any degradation. It's said that upon hearing the bell ring, the victim will experience extreme anxiety. They'll feel like somebody is watching them, and about an hour after, they'll start to see glimpses of the hash-slinging slasher, like in the video. That said, he will be invisible to anyone not exposed to the ring. Victims will not be able to sleep, and if they do, they'll be assaulted by the entity. So naturally, paranoia and sleep deprivation will create a very unstable individual. Only one case hasn't ended in the victim committing suicide. The video itself was solid as it provided a terrifying visual of the creature, and featured a great performance from Franklin. My only issues with the video are small. My first one is that a lot of the first half is just Franklin walking around. This could have been shortened by a lot. I get it is building tension, and on a first time view it's not too bad, but upon rewatches it definitely feels like padding. My only other issue is pretty nitpicky, but if the wiki is to be believed that the hash-slinging slasher is invisible to those who haven't heard the ring, how would the camera be able to see him? The camera implies now it's something taking place in the physical plane, as opposed to a hallucination or something like the monster in It Follows, where it's only seeable by one person. Wouldn't the footage theoretically just look like this dude going bonkers? It's possible this could just be a creative oversight or liberty, as that would be boring to watch, but it could also just be how it works, in that maybe it's invisible to others but cameras see all. Regardless, it's a great video, and I'd say an amazing one to end on. SCPs are a staple of internet horror, and it's good to see there are videos out there that keep the spirit alive. From the big names like 173 to the smaller ones like 513, it seems like people are working greatly with turning SCP into analog horror. It honestly feels like a match made in heaven, as both are internet horror and based around a somewhat similar format in their origins. There's a lot of videos and content out there, so if you guys want to see more, please let us know, as this is absolutely a topic we here at 4plus would love to return to. Well, that was quite the spectacle. We here at 4plus thank you very much for tuning in every week. Fitting us into your busy schedule can't be easy, so we're happy to see you guys weekly, even during the holidays. Whether you're with family or spending the holidays by yourself, we're right here, always willing to give you guys the content you love. So with that said, here's to a happy holidays and a new year of frights. Now if you'll excuse me, I think I hear a cowbell ringing outside.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.